So I do have a Telecaster black pickguard already. It looks real rough, but it does still have the plastic on it, so it's gonna look new underneath. That will go on. I did have a wooden one made for this, but it was kind of thick, so I just figure this time I'll just go with this one right here. Now for the parts, the rest of the hardware, I ordered that already. It's all, I ordered everything from Guitar Fetish. I'll show you what I got and give you the prices on what I gave for everything. First out of the box we have a set of GFS quick plug pickups. Now this is the neck position. I got the hot rails. I'm not sure if the camera is actually picking that up, so I'll do both cameras and they come with the screws and everything, of course. Wiring diagram, but the quick plug system that they have, I have never tried before. It comes with the pigtail for it. It just plugs in and you can get more pickups and swap them out and not have to do any soldering. I think that's kind of handy and kind of cool. I've never, all the pickups I put in I've had to wire myself pretty much. This should be the bridge pickup, same quick system, screws, springs. And it's the hot rail system as well, as they call them. Pretty heavy plate on the back. These are supposed to be Allen Cole pickups. For some reason I prefer Allen Coles over ceramics. I got the Guitar Fetish, they call KP Little Puncher XL, 3 versions available, quick plug ready. I got the vintage 6.5K ones. The other ones were higher, but I kind of wanted the neck and the bridge pickups to be a little bit closer together, and the other ones were quite a bit, so. And I haven't tried anything with vintage, quote unquote, vintage pickups before. The bridge one was $29.94, and the neck pickup was $29.94, and it's supposed to be 5.5K. When I go to do the assembly, I might video that and test that output. I have a Wilkinson compensated bridge from Guitar Fetish, purchased at Guitar Fetish as well. Oh, it looks, it's got a little bit of weight to it. These are, I believe, brass saddles, and they're compensated. Not real thin metal like I expected. Not too bad. Wilkinson, usually pretty decent stuff from my experience. It comes with the screws and the Allen wrench for adjustments. The bridge was $29.95. The control cavity plate looks like it's got a nice finish on it. A lot of weight, pretty thick. Comes with mounting screws for it. The control cavity plate was $10.95. I have If I remember right, I ordered staggered locking tuners, so I wouldn't have to use any string trees on them. I've used staggered tone ninjas, couple on a couple or three guitars, to bypass having to put string trees on. And this is the first time I've tried the Guitar Fetish. They're a, let's get an explanation of them. They are staggered height goth style locking tuners. Spitzel, forgive me if I pronounce that wrong, style string lock. A lot of cheap tuners you get, the shaft will wobble all over. These are good and tight. I don't feel any wobble in any of them so far. Of course, I've only picked up 2 of them. Yep, they're all good and tight. The last Tone Ninjas I got, they weren't not this tight. I had 1 or 2 that was a little loose. String goes in, you know, and you screw them down. Ain't gonna go into all that. Comes with the mounting washers, the nuts, and the screws. They feel pretty good. They look good. So those tuners, I paid $37.95 for that set. They have the output jack plate. I already had the jack, but according to the order, this square output plate fits Les Paul and regular. I don't know what they Telecaster and regular. It's free jack and screws, $5.95. So it comes with the mounting screws, the jack, and the plate. I might as well just pull it out of there and have a look at it. That's perfectly flat. I don't know why they do that. It's got a curve to it. Maybe as I screw it on, I'll bend it a little bit. I'm worried about breaking screws doing that. I may take and find a way to curve it just a little bit before I install it. It's pretty thick, so it's not going to be easy to. I find a lot of these are really thin, so they just kind of take the form of wherever you screw them down to. This one's, I don't know, this one's thicker than I expected, which is not necessarily a bad thing. And I did give the price on that $5.95. I got the knobs for the volume and tone and switch. I don't have the one for the switch here in this bag. This is for volume and tone. I decided I want to go with something with a little color in it that might kind of match the guitar. I think my colorblind eyes, I think it will match pretty decent, or I may be way off. They're pretty heavy knobs. They have set screws on them to mount to the stub. It says chrome knobs with real abalone tops. Fits Tele $13.45 for the set of those. I do have a set of strap locks I could have put on it, but I went ahead and got the strap buttons, regular ones. Look like your standard strap buttons. Screws is what you got to worry about with these. Sometimes they're cheap or they're real too thin and they break, but these actually look pretty hefty screws. Not much to say about finish or any of that. The Pair of classic strap buttons, chrome with free screws. Ooh, free screws. Were $4.45. And last but not least, for the potentiometers and wiring, I went ahead and pulled the trigger on something I've never used before. I figured I'd give it a try. Since this is a quick plug setup, this is called, oh, one thing I forgot to mention, the pickups are humbuckers. Actually, they're really small humbuckers. That way I have the option of different tones. You know, you can use humbucker or swap them with a coil tap. Pull the button in there like single coils. So you get a little bit of versatility with that. Now this thing is called the Quick Plug 2 Humbucker Coil Tap Wiring Harness. Fits Tele pre-sorted drop-in. This was $24.95. And this is going to save a bit of time on soldering and wiring. Because sometimes that can be tedious and a pain in the butt. Because I've always built them for most of my builds, everything from scratch, separate parts, separate wiring, setting potentiometers. I have a collection of capacitors for the tone and all that. So this is the first time I've really gotten something that's pretty much pre-wired. I can't talk today. Comes with a black switch cap, 2 screws for mounting the switch, I guess. You would think there would be some nuts because I don't believe that switch plate is threaded. I will check on that. But this comes pre-wired. It's got a switch for coil tap, potentiometer on the tone side. It has a little capacitor there. The volume switch or volume potentiometer is actually got a full size. This is made in Korea. JINSUNG, I suppose is the brand. Never heard of that one. It's an A500K. I don't know if you'll see that in the camera or not. The switchable potentiometer is dime size. All these are with the switches on them that I've seen. I do not see a brand or anything on it. It is marked B500K, which is I've found in a lot of kits and a lot of even cheap guitars that I've bought and used for parts. They either reverse the A and B or make them both the same. So I've always put the A in the volume and the B in the tone. I mean, that's the way from my understanding, the way it's supposed to be. So I'm glad to see that. Got the 3-way switch. No brand name that I can see. Typical switch. Feels good and tight. And it does come pre-wired with the output jack as well, which I will, when I go to install it, I will have to unsolder that and put it back together to be able to get the wire through the cavity. And the wire for the bridge grounding is already here as well, which that makes it nice. So the quick plugs, I'll just have to figure out. I imagine you could go by the wire length, the longest being the neck and the shorter one being the bridge, but I'll check it with a meter just to make sure when I put it together. So I won't have to even solder the pigtails that came with the pickups because this will plug right into them. So that's going to save a bit of time. I don't see any issues of any quality issues, anything here, unless I get everything together and a potentiometer is messed up or the switch is screwed. And I'm sure Guitar Fetish would take care of that if it was an issue. It did come with a barrel connector for wires, solderless crimp connector. I'm thinking maybe that's for the bridge wire, or maybe to wire a shielding along with the bridge wire, something like that. I don't know. I don't see any ways, and I'll use it. The other side's going to be soldered right to or connected right to the bridge. I'm not going to need one of those, but it's there if I need it. So I have all the parts here. I do have a neck for it, one off of a Glary guitar that I use for parts. I bought a couple of Glaries and used them for parts to build a guitar with, just to have something to put it together with. You can always upgrade parts down the line. So for now I'm going to put that on there through the winter, because I'll wait till the summer to build a neck for this guitar and decide what color neck. The one that's going on is just going to be maple colored. It's supposed to have a maple fretboard and all that, so that's what it'll be till then. I'm not going to color it. I'm not going to try to modify it. I might clean the frets up and everything, of course, check the level on them, and I think I've already done that with this neck, because I was planning to use it on this body if we wood burned it. So I'm going to be out of town. I'm not sure how long I'll be gone. I might even take it to Michigan with me. Got a family emergency up there, and I want to be up there, so this could be a very long project. Thanks for watching. Hope I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one. Bye.